R&B. As 2015, we sit here. What is the state of R&B? What do you feel like that looks like?
Sit up for this.
Yeah.
R&B, man. Look, first of all, I come from a time frame where R&B is always gonna be near and dear to my heart.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's embedded.
Yeah.
But today, man, it's like, I mean, to put it pretty unprofessionally, man, niggas stop begging for the pussy, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You listen to all these songs, these hoes ain't loyal, and it's today we're in a day and age where it's all about making the music. R&B is the music that you go pick the chick up to. You know, like Ty Dolla $ign makes the music you go pick the chick up to, or you drop the chick off. You know what I'm saying?
You can drive to when you get there.
The R&B that I know was the music that you trying to slow body roll to.
Yeah.
When you in the heat of the moment, that's what R&B was to me. You know what I'm saying?
That
or
body roll.
if you know you fucked up and you going through something, that's what R&B was to me. Like, damn, that was really my baby.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like niggas is, I don't know if they too hard or, you know what I'm saying, too
niggas
cool.
act like they can't fall in love no more.
Niggas is too cool. They too cool, man.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, that's almost like saying you don't really need these women no more. I don't know about that. I don't know how everybody else feels about that, but I still need these women.
Like, it's real life, like, cause I fall victim to the negology of it. and like, you know what I'm saying? I got these playlists in my car. I'm listening to YG. I'm listening to Schoolboy Q. I'm listening to Dollar $ign. I'm listening to Chris Brown. I'm listening to whatever. And I pick a female up. Mm-hmm. And you know what I'm saying? And then these songs come on and I'm like, God damn.
Off top of your mind, you know she ain't choosing, she losing.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, they're this isn't really, you know what I'm saying, what I matching up wise, just to be cool for her, you know what I'm saying, on a mutual level. I feel like you give that music to really bump with your lady, to really, you know what I'm saying, listen to at a barbecue when you know what I'm saying, the family's there, the wife's there, the girlfriend's there, your homies is there. Like, we really lose track of what R&B is. I feel like what it's supposed to be, especially this generation. Man. Yeah, okay.
That's my job. That's what I feel like my responsibility is as an R&B artist. R&B artists, as far as I knew, they was throwing the oops, man. Yeah. That was the music you could go ahead and have your lady. You could have a pleasant evening with, you know, trying to do the romantic thing, you know, the love thing.
You could do that. Definitely you could do that. Wine and dine and, you know.
You can't
and then at the end of the night of the function too, you, like we was just saying, shout out DJ Kareem Supreme.
Man, legend in the town, man. Shout out my guy DJ Kareem Supreme, man. He knew the definition of the R&B alley-oop.
Break it down.
Now, mind you, we was youngsters during these days. You know, the Prince Hall, the
talk about
Center dances,
talk about it.
Hall. Yeah. Kareem would play the fast stuff in the beginning, you know, to get everybody turned up.
Yeah.
You know,
99 and the 2000s.
That moment where he'd be like, "All right, fellas, ladies,
you know,
we finna slow it down.
Okay,
fellas, this your chance.
This is
if
your
you had
chance.
Any ounce of game in you,
anything.
This was your moment.
Yeah."
And Kareem would throw the oops so cold. Kareem would play something like "Sex Is on My Mind," "Freaking You," and then "T-Shirt and My Panties On" in a row. Sheesh. Now, if you couldn't win, anybody that knows those songs, if you couldn't win to that, it just wasn't in the cards.
It wasn't meant to happen.
It wasn't meant for you to be there at that time when everything was going down.
Yeah.
And then he'll even end it off with "Deep." That Blackstreet Deep.
Yeah.
So like for me, growing up on this, that's what I expect. So any other like when I go to the clubs and whatnot, you know, DJs nowadays they DJ differently than how they did when I came up. Yeah. Like DJs hardly slow it down at the end of the night.
They don't.
Like you have DJs that if anything play techno or some crazy tempo
EMD
to get everybody out.
Took it back to Club Friday. Not too long ago, we was just talking about, and that Neo Say It. There used to be a couple that Take You Down. That's when Chris was. I thought it was early in his game, and I thought he was going to be able to be that person in R&B, and it really hasn't panned out the way.
But you know, in his own right,
you know what I'm saying? To each his own.
He's going to do a lot of things, and you know, he's got to be about his bottom line if he wants to survive. You know, just like any other artist, I understand that aspect of it, man. But I can't say that I don't appreciate the artists that try to stay true to what R&B was intended to be.
Okay.
And I mean, it's definitely helped me out in several cases.
In several ways. Hey, nigga, you gonna have to teach me how to sing, nigga, for real. Cause you got nigga, you got to teach me how to sing, nigga, for real. Cause if I had that, I swear. I want to talk about some of the people and producers and artists and people that you've worked with in your past, who you're working with now. Talk about it, man. Where we at? Black Soul Music.
Okay. Well, I've been blessed, man, to work with a lot of dope people, industry-wise, that have accomplished a lot. I started at about 2008. I was able to link up with these rappers called the Parker Brothers through recommendation of a fellow musical colleague.
Connects.
And, you know, he was working on his album at the time, or their album at the time, I should say. And so they connected me with their producers that they were working with, which at the time was Cuddy Fresh from The Business. You know, The Business was popular for...
Booming.
They had
Booming.
Every Girl in the World.
Every
they
girl,
had
that.
A bunch of stuff for 50 Cent, Robin Thicke. Like,
so much stuff going on.
They were making a killing in the industry.
The Business.
So they were shooting me stuff and, you know, to see what I could do to it.
Yeah.
So, you know, in my mind, I'm looking at every opportunity like, this is it.
Killing it.
Every single opportunity is, this is it.
Killing the game.
I've always told myself from the time I step foot in, I don't want to ever feel complacent. I don't want to ever try to minimize the potential of the opportunities that are put in front of me. Because you never really know.
Amen. You never know.
Because look, I'm not on, but they're on.
They're on.
So in my mind, every time our opportunity I get a chance to showcase my talent on the track, that's my audition.
Okay. Our good friend, A.B. Allen Brown, told me not the other day, just every day is an interview.
Every day.
Yeah,
so when they send me those tracks, I'm not only am I trying to go kill them, I'm turnaround time. Because they expect a lot of people, you know, to whatever, given their situation, to make excuses or to prolong the situation. But I know how the industry works. Yeah. It's like for every person that's not ready, they got 100 people lined up that are ready for that same opportunity. Okay. So I try not to waste time. When they sent me something, I stop whatever I'm doing. Like, look, fellas, I'm going to get with you in a second. I got to head to the studio and go ahead and knock this out. Yeah. So out of the catalog that I had been submitting through them, Cuddy had kind of compiled those, and he was rocking with me. So he invited me to his uncle's house at the time when he was putting together this writing group called the Architects Music Group. Okay. So I was one of the first generation writers for the Architects Music Group. And with that, we built a good number of catalog of songs that he took with him to a seminar in New York. Okay. Now, in the seminar that he took to New York, there was a bunch of label executives there and managers for artists there. One of those being Big Pooh's manager, Big Doe. Okay. So Big Doe had heard some of the stuff from my catalog. He went back to Big Pooh and was like, man, there's this cat out of Tacoma, Washington that you need to rock with, man. Yeah. Like, I didn't even know they had soul in Tacoma, Washington like that. So
nobody do. But
after
gonna make
Pooh
it
told me this, you know, I kind of tried to sit and wait and see if he was going to contact me or not. But me being me, I'm like, man, why don't I hit him up and, you know, just take a shot in the dark? You never know. What do I have to lose at the time? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a rapport with him at all, so I don't have really anything to lose. Yeah. So I hit him up on Twitter, you know, like, what's up, man? When are we going to work? Man, I'd love to be the opportunity to be able to work with you. Yeah. He hits me back like a couple of minutes later, like, I've been meaning to get with you. Okay. Send me your number. And then he starts following me. So I'm pumped. I'm like, hey, he's ready to work.
Yeah,
like,
let's go.
Send me, but I'm ready.
Yeah.
So, you know, I sent him my number. He calls me. We're chopping it up for a second. I got him on speakerphone, you know, because the homies ain't believing that that's really him. I'm like, man, this is tight. So he tells me he has a track to send me, which ended up being the song "Free" that we did, which was one of the lead singles off of his album "Dirty Pretty Things." Okay. So initially, when he sent the track, he was like, "I'm gonna send you this track. I want you to do what you do on it." And you know, there's no guarantees, but if you make the project, I'll be hitting you up later, you know, to get your information for your ASCAP and all that good stuff. Yeah. So I did the track, sent it back. I hadn't heard from him for like 3 or 4 months, and then he hits me asking me for my information. I was like, "Are we on the album? Yeah. On the album?" And he's like, "Yeah, you're on the album." So that's kind of where it all started, and from that point, like we were rocking. I was on his Fat Boy Fresh Volume 2. I had a couple joints on there. I was on a Fat Boy Fresh 3.5.
Okay.
And most recently, the Worst Paint Pictures, which is took him on tour overseas, where he is right now.
Sheesh.
With Apollo Brown and Razzcast.
Okay.
They've been on tour for almost a month now. So our single was the second lead single from the album. The album charted on the billboards, 46 on top R&B hip hop album.
What do you take more passion in, songwriting, singing? Real quick.
So the submission process is nothing that I feel like is more favorable for me, because working with like the A&Rs and labels that I have, they always tell me my voice is too unique to, you know, when you're doing submission work, you want to try to create the project with the artist in mind.
Okay.
But I write from the heart. So a lot of, you know, how it's conveyed through, you know, vocals isn't something that everybody's always able to do when I try to do the submission work.
Okay.
So I would much rather be an artist.